Hey guys, what's going on? This is Ken, and today I'm here to do a review of this 1/400 scale Virgin Atlantic Airbus A330-900 from Gemini Jets. And I have to say that this is a very nice model from Gemini Jets, and I think it did a phenomenal job with this model and mold. Alright, so with that said, as always, I'll start with the box, so I'll just get the model out of the way really quick. Alright, so please just bear with me. Alright, so starting off with the box. Right, and sorry I can't get the box all the way fitted. Alright, so here is the front of the box. And there is the top part of the front, and of course there's the flap. Alright, so here is the bottom of the box. Here is the right side, the top, the left side, and then here is the back, and you can pause to read everything back here if you want, and if not, it's alright. And this was a 2023 Gemini Jets release. Alright, so now back to the front, and of course, as I said before, here is the flap, and here is where the model with the cocoon would be. And here is some information about the A330neo, and then of course some information on the real aircraft that this model is representing, and you can pause to read everything back here if you want, and if not, that's alright. Alright, so back here. Alright, so now on to the main star of the video, which is the model herself. And alright, I'll just do a quick landing gear check while I have the model in this position, just to make sure that everything's okay, even though I don't tend to roll my models around, and I don't recommend that you do so either, but that's just my opinion. Alright, so this one, yeah, some of the wheels do roll, but I feel that two don't, and it's alright. And the same thing is here, and yeah, the wheels right here at the front landing gear don't roll. It's alright, because overall it's still a very nice model. Alright, so with that out of the way, I'll just turn the model right side up, and I decided to just put the model here to do the 360. Alright, so I'll just be quiet for a while I turn the model around so that you guys can take a better look at it. Alright, so let's get on with the review, and as always, I'll just start here at the front of the model. So here you can kind of see the nose cone and then the cockpit windows and part of the windshield wipers, which is very nice. And then the rest of the windshield wipers are unfortunately covered up by the raccoon mask around the cockpit windows, but it's alright. And I actually like the raccoon mask around the cockpit windows. Yeah, I think it is a very nice touch. Alright, so right under the cockpit windows is the flag person, which on this particular model is Billie Holiday. And if you don't know who Billie Holiday was, she was an American jazz musician. And this is one of the reasons why I wanted to get this particular model, because Billie Holiday is on the nose. Alright, so with that said, right behind Billie Holiday is the L1 door, and then actually right above the British flag is Britain's flag carrier. Alright, so now of course there are the Virgin Atlantic tunnels, the billboard tunnels, as well as the forwardmost set of windows along the forward part of the fuselage. There is the forward top antenna, as well as the Airbus A330-900 tunnels. Then here's some static ports, and then at the nose I forgot to mention more static ports and sensors right there, as well as the front landing gear with the partial registration. Yeah, very nice. And yeah, I can't read what it says right there on the front landing gear doors. Yeah, sorry about that. Alright, so now moving along, there is the L2 door, and then there is the left side runway landing light, and then the left engine, which is very nice and detailed, and I really love the shade of red used for the engines. Alright, and then here is an inside view of the left engine, which is very nice. Alright, and then of course there is the top anti-collision beacon. Then here is a top view of the left engine, which has some very nice molded and printed details, and yeah, the paint is also on point. Alright, so here at the very end of the left wing is the blended wingtip with the left navigation light, and then of course the Virgin tunnels right there on the inside of the wingtip. Alright, so now moving along. Here is an emergency exit right behind the wing, and then some more windows along the middle of the fuselage. Alright, and then there are the two rear antennas. Let me see if I can get the camera to focus. Alright, let me see. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. I was having some focus issues. Alright, so as I said before, here are the two rearmost antennas, as well as the SATCOM or Wi-Fi box. And then there is the registration, which on this model is G-VJAZ, or if you're from the UK or Australia, it's G-VJAZ, or Golf dash, let me see, sorry, Golf dash Violet, I think, Juliet Alpha Zulu, or no, sorry, but I was drawing a blank. Golf dash Victor Juliet Alpha Zulu. Yeah, sorry about that brain fart. Alright, well, anyways, there is the L3 door, and then the very nice Virgin tail, again with that really nice shade of red, and then the partial registration all the way at the top of the vertical stabilizer. And then here are the two horizontal stabilizers, the top parts, which have, yeah, some, but not a lot of printed and molded details. And then, yeah, I can see that there is a bit of a gap between the rear part of the fuselage and the left horizontal stabilizer, which is a little disappointing, but not a whole lot. I'm not too critical on that. So yeah, overall it's still a very nice model. And then of course there is the APU, and I forgot to mention the two dots on each horizontal stabilizer, which represent the lights that illuminate the tail while the aircraft is in flight or during night operations. Alright, so now let's move on to the right side of the model. And it's pretty much the same as the left side, with the exception of the luggage door right there at the rear, and then the rear cargo door and the forward cargo door. But yeah, other than that, everything is the same. There is the Virgin tunnels, Virgin logo, the tail, of course, the right side view of the APU, the right horizontal stabilizer, which also has a bit of a gap, but you know, it's alright. There are the two rear antennas, the rear top part of the fuselage, and then the Wi-Fi or SATCOM box. There is the R3 door, and then the registration. Again, G-VJAZ or G-VJAZ, or Golf-Victor Juliet Alpha Zulu. Then the windows along the rear part of the fuselage is the emergency exit right behind the rear wing, and then here is a top view of the right wing, again, which has some very nice molded and printed details. And then the blended wingtip all the way at the end of the right wing with the Virgin logo, and then the right side navigation light, the right engine, and then a look inside of the right engine, the right side runway landing light, and then again the top anti-collision beacon, the Virgin Atlantic tunnels, the R2 door, windows along the forward part of the fuselage on the right side, and then the top forward antenna, the R1 door, then Britain's flag carrier, the UK flag, Billie Holiday, then Airbus A330-900, the forward landing gear, the cockpit windows with the raccoon mask, the windshield wipers, and the nose cone. Alright, and then here is a top view of the model. And very nice. And then the other side, just turn the model this way. Here is the front landing gear, the printed details for the front landing gear doors, of course the forward cargo door, and then some sensors right there, static ports. And then at the middle of the underside of the fuselage are the Virgin Atlantic tunnels, and then the printed details for the air intakes for the bleed air system, as well as the underside anti-collision beacon. Then here are the main landing gear, and then the printed details for the main landing gear doors, as well as the stand hole. And then here is a bottom view of the two wings, which have a considerable amount of molded and printed details. And here on the underside of the left wing is the registration, which again is G-VJAZ or G-VJAZ, or Golf-Victor Juliet Alpha Zulu. And then here is the underside of the two engines, which also have some very nice printed details. Then moving on to the rear of the model, the rear underside part of the fuselage of the model is the Gemini Jets logo, the rear cargo door, as well as the baggage door. I'm not sure what that is. And then at the very rear of the underside of the fuselage are the printed details for the APU doors, and then of course the APU itself, and the underside of the two horizontal stabilizers have some molded details. Alright, so yeah, that's pretty much it for this review, and I would highly recommend this model. Yeah, she is a very nice model from Gemini Jets, so if you can still find the model, I would, as mentioned before, highly recommend it. Alright, so I'll just do one last 360 of the model so that you guys can take a final look at her. Alright, so that's pretty much it for this video, and as always, just stay happy, safe, and healthy, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thank you and have a great day. Bye.